Good Friday morning. Here's where we're at with this hot rod. We're going to get the trunk bolted back into place. Later on, when I get a hand, get the trunk on, get a few things cleaned up, and this one will go outside. It'll go outside until we're ready to bring it back in. When the red's set up long enough, I feel comfortable taping on it. We'll finish up the prep on the black. Get the black sprayed. We won't buff the red till we're done spraying the black in case we have any, like right here, prime example. This was taped up fairly well, and you still get a little blow through of color in there. So if anything blows by any black onto the red, we'll be able to buff that off when we buff the red. So although we obviously try for zero overspray and zero incidents like that, if it happens, we'll catch it when we buff the red. And that's partially why I did the red first. I figured it was less likely for the black to blow up under things and out onto things, and I'd rather clean black off of red than try to clean red off from black. So that's why we did that in that order. So what I didn't include in any of the videos, because it happened nearing the end of clearing this, my furnace let out on me. I just spent the morning tracking down the part. It was just a simple little part, this little shaft right here. This is the remnants of the piece I trimmed. That little shaft, I don't know if you'll see over in my little dungeon of a hole where the furnace lies here. The little shaft drives the pump from the motor. It's a little connecting shaft. So that decided that it wanted to give up. So I tracked one down this morning. Got one, got it installed, so we'll have the heat back up and running here shortly. And yeah, we'll putter on this a little bit, probably not much. Like I said, we'll probably get that trunk set back on and I'm gonna clean up a couple things. And then just get this kicked out and the shop cleaned back up for one of our little run-of-the-mill pickups that we gotta get some paint on. But we'll get that truck knocked out. And then I believe we have one other truck to knock out. And then we'll be back on cool stuff. We're gonna do the buffing and reassembly on the Model A. And then this will be back in here. I have a lead on some used tires for our little shop truck. So if I get those this afternoon, we'll probably do a little video of mounting up the tires on our wheels for our shop truck. For those of you who haven't seen the shop truck yet, I'll take you out and show you that right now. And you'll see a little progress on that shortly as well. We're gonna start fitting in little segments of our own stuff here shortly. Like we have a 69 Mustang. We'll need to do a little mechanical work too, some body work too. And we will get that. I'm hoping within a month or so we get it out here in the shop and get it going, get it on the road. The shop truck's a little bit longer of a project than that. But we have our Cadillac that I'm gonna try to, I gotta do some mechanical work to that. It needs top end gaskets, like it's got an exhaust leak. It's got a head gasket that I know leaks. So we're gonna get that stuff knocked out. And then I'm probably gonna do like a long weekend sort of scuff and squirt paint job on that. But yeah, I'm gonna get this furnace running. I'll take you out and give you a walk around the little shop truck project for those of you new subscribers, new viewers. And we'll go from there. All right, here is the shop truck. We have these rear frame rails are just mocked up. I wasn't sure about a lot of things back here. I was just throwing it together. If you watch some of the old videos, we now have everything to 4-link and airbag this rear. The cab's just sitting down over the rails. It's pretty low anyways on good level ground, but right now she's kind of settled into the mud and flat tires. The clip has just started on there. We still gotta plate that all in and finish welding up the rails. But yeah, there she is. We have a small block tunnel ram, dual 4s. We can I can give you a little peek of that motor I have in the past, I believe. And just a turbo 350 automatic, nothing special. But you'll see the tire and wheel combination here shortly, I'm hoping. Possibly tonight. If we get them mounted up tonight, then I will pull this up out of the hole here and get them mounted up on the truck, get a good visual. Also, for new viewers, you hear me talk about our Cadillac. If you've never seen it, here it is. That we got 3,200 showing on the mileage. It's actually closer to probably 5,000 now. The first couple months I was driving it, the speedo cable started acting up, making funny noises, so I unplugged that. So I've driven it, yeah, we're probably around 5,000 miles on it. The body is super solid, but we have a bunch of delambing paint down a nice clean metal. So I'm just gonna give it a buzz down and just a repaint. I'm gonna keep it somewhat original. Let's get the original 322 flathead, 3-speed manual on the column. I'm gonna try to, I think I'm gonna drop it just a touch and maybe run, I like these tires and wheels for what the car is. But I may, when I drop it, run like a 1-inch spacer to kind of push them out into the fenders a little bit. I do have the little side panels for the motor, but last summer when we were running it, I was wrenching on it so often that I left the panels off. But we've sorted out a lot of everything. It was a 6-volt positive ground system. I converted to 12-volt negative ground. I got a Vintage Auto kit to do all that, and I used most everything of theirs. But I also bought a high torque starter from Vintage Auto, which I'm going to be sending them some specs on this one, that what I had to do to make it actually fit the car. I just had to change up the flange a little bit, but they were interested in talking with us about that. I have a spare motor, so I may just send them one of my 2 starters so they can copy it up. But yeah, we're gonna work with them on that. I did all LED lights, so my 12-volt LED headlights are nice and bright. But yeah, it's just a original car with a couple hot roddy touches. You know, she's a straight pipe flathead. It's 12-volt converted, 12-volt lights. Everything else you see is pretty much all original. There's our tire changer we picked up yesterday. Trying to swap that off for something cool. So if you guys are local, want a sweet tire machine, it's got all the bells and whistles. It's even got the motorcycle wheel adapter kit, and it's got the built-in bead blaster rig there. So when you're mounting up stretched tires like that, or any fighting with any tire really. But yeah, so there's that. If anybody's local watching and has something cool they want to trade for it, yeah, there's the little Model A. We'll be going back in soon. And back to the 55. Hey babe, what are we doing?
Well, Joseph, we have some rattling parts in the back.
Rattling? Oh, all right.
And we're gonna go put them on some tires on some wheels and see if we can't make that shop truck a roller.
Shop Truck's a roller already. It just has the wrong size tires and wheels.
Flat tires.
In there, yeah. So sneak peek right here, right now. You've already seen the rear tires. They're like a 33, I don't know, 12.5, 33, 11.5, something, 20 for these 20-inch. These are Dodge truck takeoffs. And those are 16-inch wheels from like an Impala. So we have some 265, 70, 16 fronts. It's kind of a neat combination. You'll get the gist of it when you actually see it on the truck, what we're going for. And why are they in your Suburban?
Because tomorrow, as long as the guy follows through, we are trading, well, we've been waiting to trade the tire machine for a cool car, but I think we got offered a really good price on it, so we're gonna go and sell it tomorrow and then use that money towards finding a cool car.
Yeah, so that's the deal. We decided that with the tire changer, because we got a good deal on it, what we're gonna do is do the whole flip, trade, barter up. We're gonna, whatever, if we sell it, we're gonna take that money and we're gonna take the initial money that we paid for it and pay our business back what we paid for the tire changer.
Did you tell them how much?
I did not, and I'm not going to until the deal is through.
In case anyone around here.
But
or
anyway,
a friend watches this and really wants a tire changer.
So anyway, we're gonna, if that sells, I'm gonna pay ourselves back, and then we're going to be looking for a deal on something that I know I can clean up, sell, trade up. We're gonna do that a few times until we get into something. We're gonna set our sights on something. We're gonna set a goal, you know, something like, we're gonna say, and this isn't it, but we're gonna say we'll stop when we can get a 55 Chevy, or when we...
Oh right, you asked me that.
Yeah.
This morning, last night, and you said, what would you want to trade up to? Like, what is our end goal? And I just want something like, well, I had my eyes set on an Impala that somebody in the family may have. But I don't think they want the tire changer, they want something else. So we're seeing if a three-way trade would work. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. But I either want like a big boat car, like a Lincoln, or like a 55 Chevy, or I don't, just anything neat or cool or something we haven't had before. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have an exact answer yet.
My mind was set. My father goes back and forth on whether he will sell or trade his 63 Chevy pickup.
Maybe this video will entice him to come up with a number.
He's not,
that.
You know, he likes the little truck. It's a cool little truck, but it's not his like end game, what he wants to have. So I'm thinking if I had enough money to entice him to sell it to me, that would make me a sweet daily driver shop truck.
Well,
so even if I trade up to that point,
right,
that would be okay with me, and then start over again with something else.
And Joseph David, it just so happens that I'm on my way to your parents' house. Maybe we can say, hey David, how much would you need for that shop truck?
Yeah.
Maybe we could pull that off, because that would be fun.
Possibly.
Your dad always likes having new projects.
Yeah.
And like different things too.
We'll see. I'm sure I'll talk to him right now when we go up there and
so many
use
options.
his tire changer, because my tire changer would be awkward to use in the back of my truck.
That would
I thought about doing it. I really thought about running an airline and a cord out.
I think that would have been good for a YouTube video.
But Dad's is easier to use, and if I want to, I could throw them on the balancer and see how bad they are. I probably won't now. I'll probably just mount them up, and I mean the truck's not going to be on the road for a while. So once it's on the road, if I have an issue, then I could balance them. But yeah, his balancer's in his garage, not in the back of his truck. Not balancer. Well, yeah, that's in the garage too, but his tire changer is in his garage. That's a better place for it than
Mother. Hello, son. Ooh, it's nice and warm in here. Did you work on this today for school with Papa?
Yep.
So tell us about it.
I just took the bark off. I'm gonna leave it like this, like that rough, and I did one coat of clear coat earlier.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do another one because it's still like you can feel all the rough spots.
Yeah.
But I want it to stay like that, so I just do another coat of clear so it's thick coat. And
So
then-
did you buy this?
no, I braided that.
You did this? All by yourself. And what did you do to the ends?
We just took I forget what it's called, wood burner, and we used it on the end so it melted them together. And then I snotted it.
So it doesn't fray like this.
Yeah. I need
So you
to do
did
that
this
side.
one, but you didn't do this one?
Yeah.
Good job, bud. Is that one yours or Papa's?
Mine.
They're both yours.
And then this one, this isn't the rope I'm gonna go for. That's just the look I'm going for.
Okay.
I found that new look. You just have 3 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You take 2, and then you just keep wrapping that around, and that goes the opposite way.
So it's
And it's a cool
Like a-
spirally rope.
yeah, like a spiral, not like a braid.
And this is actually too small, so I'm gonna take this out and go make another one right now.
Okay.
Well,
Oh,
maybe.
Maybe. Let's get your muscles on camera. Don't knock yourself out. Oh, muscles. Wait, what is it?
Big mom.
What's your dad doing? Oh, look at him setting up a tripod. You don't even need me. Look at you.
you get the time lapse going.
You look very nice for changing tires.
Yeah.
All in your snazzy flannel.
Semi-clean hat. Yep, we're gonna make noise.
Making noise.
Press
Making
it on now.
noise.
Hey, I remember that compressor. We were gonna make noise.
Is it
Uh-oh.
already on?
So I'm gonna been holding air. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
Just kidding. Just testing.
Testing. 1, 2. Testes. 1, 2, 3.
So Bentley, do you mind if I hang out here for a minute and kind of check out the way you're doing this?
Sure.
Okay.
Right now I'm just cutting the pieces.
You gotta talk loud because that heater's on.
Right now I'm just cutting
I didn't
the
say
pieces.
yell at me. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, go.
Right now I'm just using the pieces, or cutting the pieces the same size. Then they're probably about 1.5 feet, 2 feet. And maybe not that long. But we have a vise and we're just gonna put this side in
Okay.
and make sure that's in there. And actually what I can do, this can be a little separate because of the design I'm doing.
Okay. Now, can I interrupt you real quick?
Yes.
Can I get a close-up of your hat that you did there? Okay.
It's a little dark. I'm gonna do
No, I think that looks good. So
But-
it's Bentley's bike. So what are you doing as a homeschool assignment?
This summer, or even before summer, once it gets nice, I'm gonna take like 3 bikes. I'm gonna take some 3 bikes and restore
Free
them.
bikes or cheap. We don't
Yeah.
mind buying them, but as long as they're not expensive. Oh boy.
So
You gotta talk loud.
I'm gonna restore them and then I'm gonna sell them.
I think you have to wait.
Yeah.
Bebopper.
Yes, mother.
Uh-oh. Okay, this is your braid.
Yep.
This is looking real nice.
I was gonna go with another design, but I decided to go with a more simple
Okay,
green instead.
I like that. Do you want to tell us? Do you want to tell us about your business plan?
Sure. So, one moment. Something in my eye. Alright. So my business plan is this summer. Cut the camera.
That's good. Keep going. You gotta learn to roll with it, kid.
Alright. This summer, I'm starting my own business to repair and restore bikes, and I'm gonna sell them.
Like bicycles?
Yeah. And then I'm gonna sell them. Like, just restore them, paint, customize, and then I'm gonna sell them. And my goal for this year is, or this summer, is to sell 50.
What?
Do it slow, but I doubt it because I already have 35 pounds in there.
Oh God.
Good thing I just went pee before you came up. Oh, look at
How's it?
Oh, I gotta get a hammer.
Hammer,
Who
yeah.
got wounded?
Wait, Deb. Let's reenact that. Ready, Deb? Ready? Pow!
just put it in gear. Get it.
Family stuff. Oh, man.
You know, you wouldn't argue Dad's not flying over the
Not an pussy V8. We're talking about one of them 4-cylinders. This thing got it.
It's like that thing I swing and hit, and Dad goes flying up, dings his head off the. Hey, I win a fucking stuffed animal.
That or attic full of Italy.
All right, somebody add the rest of the beat in here.
Did you say car porn?
Car porn.
Yes, he calls it narco. Watch the video.
What in the frickety fuck? I think he's going anywhere.
And live, I shoved it on down into overdrive. Wound it up to 110. My speedometer said that I hit top.